Okay, welcome to Bear Valley Electrical Service Annual Reliability Public Presentation for the calendar year of 2022. I'm Jared Hennon, the Wildfire Mitigation and Reliability Engineer here at Bear Valley. So a little agenda. We're going to do a little overview of Bear Valley Electric. We will do what is electrical utility reliability. We'll go over some requirements and definitions. We'll go over the reliability indices that we calculate. We'll go over 2022 reliability results, and then we'll go into questions. So a little overview of Bear Valley Electric. We're about 80 miles east of Los Angeles in the mountains of San Bernardino. It's a 32 square mile community, mostly above 7,000 feet. The entire service territory is in high fire threat tier districts 2 and 3. And we have a couple of jurisdictions that surround us, including County of San Bernardino, the City of Big Bear Lake, U.S. Forest Service, and Caltrans. Currently, we have about 24,700 total customers, majority being residential. We have two types of transmission and distribution lines. We have a 34.5 kV line, which is our sub-transmission. Then we also have a 4 kV line, which is our distribution. We have 13 substations, and we have a power plant on site that creates about 8.4 megawatts. Our peak is usually in the winter when the snow resorts are making snow for the mountains, and that's when we'll usually use the power plant. So we have a couple of ways the power gets to us. We purchase our power from SCE down the hill, and it comes up. There's two lines that come up from Lucerne that meet at the dump on the north side of the valley. And then we also have a line that comes from the south by Snow Summit that comes over that mountain and comes into our valley. However, that line is in the tier 3 wildfire threat district, so we rarely use that. And it's only used in the winter when we blow snow on the mountains. So what is reliability? So safety and reliability is our number one job. So it's to safely provide power to you and to do it reliably. In today's age of cyber threats, it's become more and more challenging every day. We have here at Bear Valley, we have a very strong safety and reliability record. We've never had any ignitions for wildfires, and electrical service reliability means the safe continuous of electric service experienced by retail customers. So every year we have to create a reliability report in July and submit it to the CPUC. And then in December, we have to do a presentation on it. And we follow the IEEE standard 1366, which is used in calculating these indices that we'll go over here in a moment. And you can request a report for past years from the CPUC on every utility in the state. So how do we measure reliability? So we take into consideration the number of service interruptions, the type of service interruptions, momentary or sustained, the number of customers affected, length of interruptions, average restoration time, and whether it was an unplanned or planned outage. We also take into consider something called major event days. So major event days will be typically major storms, earthquake, wildfire, any event that creates a large outage for an expended longer than expected time. So these are considered outliers. So we chart them without major event days, and then additionally we'll chart them with major event days. So some definitions. So interruption is When the lines will go to a voltage of 0. A momentary interruption is an outage lasting 5 minutes or less. A sustained interruption is an outage lasting longer than 5 minutes. And then again, a major event day is a large storm, an earthquake, a fire, anything that would be a major outage. So the first thing to see is something called SAIDI, and it stands for System Average Interruption Duration Index. So this is equal to the sum of all sustained customer interruption durations divided by the total number of customers served. So this pretty much means the average number of minutes each customer was out throughout the whole year. Next one is SAIFI, which is System Average Interruption Frequency Index. And this is the sum of total quantity of sustained customer interruptions divided by the total numbers of customers. So this is basically how many service interruptions per customer per year. Next one is MAFI, which is Momentary Average Interruption Frequency Index. This is the sum of total quantity of momentary customer interruptions divided by the total number of customers served. So this is the number of momentary outages per customer on average annually. Next one is CAIDI, and that's the Customer Average Interruption Duration Index, which is SAIDI divided by SAIFI. And this one is your average restoration time. So if you look at 2022, this is for major event days excluded. So 2022, we did have a higher SAIDI and SAIFI numbers. So on average, each customer was out about 119 minutes on the year and occurred 3.8 outages per customer. Now our restoration time, which is the CAIDI on the end, was lower than years past. So we're getting the lights on quicker than we have in the past, which is a good thing. This next one is unplanned outages with the major event days included. Now, 2022, we had a very large storm in November that really caused this number to jump up. So it was on average 1,075 minutes per customer were out, with 16.6 outages per customer with a restoration time of about 64 minutes. So how do we compare? So if you look on the left with the major event days excluded, we are right in the middle of the other utilities with the CAIDI, which is the restoration time, being the lowest. So we get the lights on quicker than anybody else on average. And then if you look on the right, it's major event days included. So PacifiCorp and Liberty were a little higher or right around where we were for SAIDI. But again, for CAIDI average restoration minutes, we were lower than any other utility. So this is a list of our top 10 major outages for the year. That top one being the large winter storm in November. And if you look at the event SAIDI, it was 663 minutes. So if you minus that from the overall SAIDI on the last screen, which was just over 1,000, you can see that one storm caused for almost half of our SAIDI minutes on the year. If you look at the outages below it, it's not even close on how large that outage was compared to any of the other ones. So the other ones, we have a couple of car hit poles, a couple of animals interrupted, caused some outages, and then a couple of lightning storms as well. So our worst performing circuit on the year was our Baldwin circuit, which our Baldwin circuit is a sub-transmission line. So many other circuits are affected when the Baldwin circuit goes down. So when this goes down, it causes many more customers. So the customer count is a lot higher than any other circuit. So when it's affected, the SAIDI is a lot higher. So we want to keep those the sub-transmission lines up and most reliable so that everybody else can have power. So you can request a report of the circuit your home or business is on. You can reach out to Bear Valley Electric by calling or emailing us, and we'd be more than happy to send you a report of the circuit and the reliability report for your home or business. Thank you again for listening to Bear Valley Electric's 2022 reliability presentation. Thank you very much.